Hello, my name is Nathan, and you're watching the Unlocking Data in SCM YouTube channel. Today, I'm going to talk about how you can use logistics modeling scenarios and Tableau dashboards to evaluate the cost and service level impacts of a hypothetical mode shift. Right after this. So in this particular example, we're evaluating the cost and service impacts of a hypothetical mode shift from air freights to ocean freights. As you know, air freight is usually much more expensive than ocean, probably about 5 times on average. But it's also much quicker and it's much more reliable. But in some cases, shipping too much air freight is unnecessary and might be pouring a lot of cash down the drain. And in those cases, it might be helpful to conduct a modeling exercise to see how much you can save by shifting some of those air shipments to ocean shipments. So that's what I've done in this example. I've performed some simulations in the background to see how much it would cost when different percentages of shipments are moved from air to ocean. So this is an inbound network from several ports in Asia to 2 distribution centers, one in Chicago and one in Seattle. And in the baseline, about 70% of shipments are flowing via air, and only about 30% are flowing via ocean. So since so much of the volume is shipping via air, the average lead time is only about 7.9 days, even though for the subset of shipments that are going via ocean, the baseline lead times were closer to 31.8 days on average. But as we increase the percentage of ocean shipments in the network, that total average transit days is going to increase. In the baseline, most of the cost is going to be attributed to the air freight, and the total network spend over the modeling timeline is about 13.8 million in this baseline. But what happens if we increase the total ocean volume from 30% in the baseline to 50% in a new scenario? So in this case, your total freight cost is going to drop from 13.8 million to about 11.3 million. So by moving only 20% of flows that were shipping via air before to ocean, you can save more than $2 million over the modeling timeline in this particular scenario. Of course, since more shipments are going via ocean, your total average lead time is going to increase from less than 8 days in the baseline to more than 14 days in this scenario. And that's going to continue to increase the more shipments that we change from air to ocean. So what happens if we shift 75% of volumes to ocean? In this case, your total freight cost is going to drop to 7.5 million. And most of that spend is still on air shipments, even though we've decreased the total volume flowing via air to about 27% in this modeled scenario. And the total average lead time is increased to about 22.2 days for the scenario where 70% 75% of the volumes are flowing via ocean. So what if you could shift all volumes to ocean? In this case, your total freight costs would drop to about 3 million, and your total average transit days would go up to more than 31 days. But this scenario is probably not realistic in any case, because you're going to want to keep some air shipments in the network to, one, either account for demand variability, or number two, to ship some of the higher value goods to keep inventory costs down. And this type of analysis should be conducted in conjunction with an inventory analysis to determine exactly how much volumes should continue flowing via air for those reasons. So that's how you can use simulation models and Tableau dashboards to evaluate the cost and service impacts of a mode change. I'm going to include a more detailed explanation in a link connected to a blog in the description of this video. And if you like this video, make sure to like it, hit the little bell so you receive notifications when I upload more videos, and subscribe to the channel. If you have any questions related to logistics modeling and supply chain data visualization, make sure to leave me a comment and I'd be happy to get back to you. Goodbye for now.